career revival, and I'm planning on presenting it to you a little bit differently than what we've done before. What we've done before is basically either created players or taken players and just played out the rest of their career. I feel like for a revival, not a rebuild or anything like that, maybe situational is where it's going to work best, especially right now to where the NFL is, and you know, teams are getting injured and what guys could maybe come in and help these injured teams do big things in the playoffs. So I actually had to scrap an original video to make this one. I recorded the Pittsburgh Steelers. They need some running back help, obviously with the Le'Veon Bell situation and James Conner's being injured. You know, I think they need maybe to look at a running back to come in and not, you know, be a weapon tight end hybrid like Jalen Samuel, who had a pretty big game against the Patriots last week. And I was like, all right, let's bring Jamaal Charles in. I think Jamaal Charles, for teams that are looking for a veteran that can come help them for a playoff run, is probably the best option right now in the free agency market. I did the whole thing. We started from week 16. I played all the games, had the video all edited. Literally, we made the Super Bowl after averaging like 200 yards a game behind that Steelers offensive line. And as we saw with Jalen Samuel against the Patriots last week, pretty much any running back is getting like at least $150 behind that very good Steelers offensive line. During the Super Bowl with Jamaal Charles on the Steelers, I was just like, am I this dumb? Like, clearly, bringing a Chief legend back home to a team that currently has some big question marks over the running back spot with the whole Kareem Hunt situation, and now it's a little bit of rotation between like a banged up Spencer Ware, get a little bit of Damian Williams here and there. I was like, it makes perfect sense to put Jamaal Charles back on the Chiefs, so I had to scrap that video, and I'm doing this one. I think this is a smarter one. We still could potentially look at putting a revival running back on the Steelers and going through that scenario again, but for Jamaal Charles, there's no other team that he should belong on for a revival than the 11-3 Kansas City Chiefs. So because I'm in a slight time crunch to get this video to you guys today, I'm not going to play out the remainder of the season because we're well on our way to the playoffs. So we're going to sim week 16 and week 17 and hopefully go on a decent play it run with Mr. Jamaal Charles back in red and white and yellow at Arrowhead. Let's go. All right, so we got that first round bye, but let's take a look just from a sim standpoint in case that's something maybe you guys would be interested in and eventually using Jamaal Charles. How well does he actually fit back in to the offense? And that's not bad, man. 1,000 yards on the year, 5 touchdowns. You know, healthy little rotation, a little bit RBBC with Spencer Ware, who got 8 touchdowns. Jamaal Charles able to chip in 24 catches, 330 yards, and 3 touchdowns as well. So giving you about, you know, 1,400 yards, fringe 10 touchdowns from a guy that's 31. You know, a lot of people doubting how much tread he has left on the tire there, known as his legs. And, you know, from the sim standpoint, not nearly as big of a year for Patrick Mahomes, but let's be honest, it's going to be pretty tough for even Madden to recognize what kind of monster that Patrick Mahomes is. So here we are simming to the divisional round where the Chiefs hope to be playing, and they'd be very ecstatic right now to take on the Miami Dolphins. But in this sim, we're getting ready to welcome the 11-4-1 Dolphins into Arrowhead Stadium, and let's give Jamaal Charles the right and proper send-off he deserves as a Chiefs legend. Is that right? I mean, there's gonna be some Chiefs fans watching this. Would you consider Jamaal Charles a legend? I think so. For the last decade, he's probably been their most explosive player up until, you know, the Kelce's and Hunts, and like this is kind of the next generation. But yeah, let's get into it and let's see how well Jamaal Charles feels behind this Kansas City Chiefs offensive line. Oh, talking to Big Red. Let's go first drive. Let's get this first run out of the way. We'll go a nice little outside run. Now, I am just coming off playing with the Steelers. Offensive line is a lot better. And I can tell you right now, just the general run plays in that playbook are pretty easy to run. So let's see what we can do here on the first run. Not great. Oh, there we go. After averaging 2 yards a carry, Jamaal Charles starting to get some outside runs here. Big gainer late in the first half. There we go. Good stumble recovery for Jamaal. Beautiful. Oh my God, he got jacked up there. Don't matter. Holds on to the ball. 72 yards. Great start to the second half. There we go. Jamaal Charles takes the screen pass. He's going to take it all the way to the house in this very low-scoring game. Pretty unusual for this high-powered Chiefs offense. But a big-time screen pass, and Jamaal Charles does the rest. Oh, break his ankles. Oh, can we do it again? Almost broke another set of ankles. Jamaal Charles still showing. Man, you gotta remember. Jamaal Charles, you know, the Todd Gurley's, David Johnsons, all these guys, Saquons that catch the ball in the backfield. Jamaal Charles really was, you know, one of the newer generation type running backs that could fulfill that role. And he's letting everyone know. I remember a day Jamaal Charles had like 3 receiving touchdowns in it. Second to goal on the 2. About time to run a C4 special here and put the dagger in the Dolphins, who have played really, really good defense. Surprisingly, I think. There we go. Simple toss. Just wipe them off. Wipe them off. Make yourself fully clean. Because we got to get ready for a championship game. Flawless execution from Jamaal Charles. And victory formation seals it as the Kansas City Chiefs moves past the Miami Dolphins 70-14 with 104 yards and a receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown. So 2 touchdowns for Jamaal Charles. Very big time victory. Welcome him back to the Kansas City faithful. Now we got to get ready for the AFC Championship. Mahomes is fucking awful. As we're taking on the Steelers, the team that got shafted of a Super Bowl victory in a video to put Jamaal Charles on the Chiefs. When I was playing with the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger was going off. He was like the hottest quarterback. I'm not seeing. Mahomes plays awful. He's like one of the worst quarterback performances I've seen through 2 games. Like, and we're getting cheese left, right, and center. I've had 3 times where I've got 4th and inches, and then we have that fumble, so... How fitting that I clearly think we could go to another Super Bowl and make a good video, and then Madden went, nah. Didn't you just do something, some video like this with the Steelers? Oh, you want something different that's a better? We're gonna fuck ya. That's what's happening right now. Here we go, big run. Jamaal Charles trying to salvage this video because Patrick Mahomes is top 5 worst quarterback I've seen in Madden this year. Every time he throws it deep, it's an interception. I think he has 3 picks right now. It's pathetic. We're gonna need Jamaal to carry the load. All right, go no huddle here. Literally, every pass has to come to me through the offense or else we're not getting anything. But we got a touchdown. That's all we need to hopefully, you know, get a comeback going here. Oh, here we go. Get the inside zone run working as we tie this game up in the 4th. Jamaal Charles having a huge day through the air. 10 catches, over 100 yards. And there we go, starting to establish a little bit of a run game late. Oh, Charles again goes in for the touchdown. Of course, the last time we missed the extra point to tie the game because, heaven forbid, we don't get a little bit of cheese. We get through a video without having some, you know, diarrhea because we're all lactose intolerant. But, you know, it is what it is. And now we got the touchdown. We're going to go for 2. Hopefully it works. If this doesn't work, you know Pittsburgh's going to get an instant touchdown. Let's see what we can do here. All right, didn't work. Let's watch the Steelers go down the field and score a touchdown without using one of those 3 timeouts. Oh, they did! They used all the timeouts! Big Red finally did it! Wow. Shutting me up. Thank God. Thank God. Thank the Lord that we didn't get cheesed out of that victory because we had to cheese ourselves. We had to abuse the living shit out of running back passes. We had 12 carries for 63 yards for Jamaal Charles. But look at the receiving day. 13 catches, 170 yards, and a touchdown, putting the team on his back as the Kansas City Chiefs are headed to the Super Bowl. Can Jamaal Charles help Andy Reid win his first Super Bowl? Let's find out. All right, let's see if I can run this play that I cheese against the Steelers. Hey, surprise, surprise, in the Super Bowl, taking on the Rams. Haven't seen them make the Super Bowl before from the NFC in Madden. Okay, this was the play that we were cheesing them with. And it works to perfection on that pay. Jamaal Charles wide open. Keeps the drive going. Oh, let's go. Jamaal Charles from 13 yards out. Dancing around like Barry Sanders in his prime. Gets the opening touchdown here in Super Bowl XVXIXL. Oof. Good run. Oh, jukes the shit out of you. And he almost takes it in. 4 yards out. I smell a C4 special coming up here. 1st and goal for the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to go by play type. We're going to go down here to pitch. We're going to go find the strong toss. Sometimes it's to the right. Most times it's to the left. We got big old Sherman out here, one of the best fullbacks in the league. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. He gets his block. And Jamaal Charles front flips into the end zone. 2nd touchdown on the day as the Chiefs looked at our halftime with the lead. Great. Look at that flawless execution. Sherman's a monster. GG. Oh, that's a nice run. That's a nice run, Jamaal. Even though Sherman missed the block, nice run. Taking you over 100 yards on the day. Oh, touchdown number 3 for Jamaal Charles. Like goddamn hot butter through a knife. Hot butter and a cold knife, right? That's how that saying is. No! Like a hot knife through warm butter. Just too good. Just too good. Don't think I said that right either. Doesn't matter, because you know why? Andy Reid, now you heard butter. He wants some popcorn. He's talking about him. Go get some popcorn. All right, a big-time 3rd and 4 first down. Probably ends the game. So let's see what he does. We cut back with Jamaal Charles. He goes deep for some reason. No apparent reason. Terrible throw. Terrible decision. And now the Rams get the ball to end the game, which is never favorable for a... oh, we got to stop again, man. I got to stop just throwing shade at this Chiefs defense. They've done the job back-to-back weeks. All right, final play of the game. Unless we fumble it, it's a Super Bowl, but I feel like it got to end in Jamaal Charles. We can't do victory formation. And we get no blocking whatsoever. As you know, he should get the MVP. You never know. You know, they have reportedly fixed the MVP system, but you never know for sure. Can we actually get one more play off to secure it? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me one more attempt. Give me one more attempt. There we go. With the Jamaal Charles gets not great blocking, but an all right gainer of 2 yards, which might have put him over the edge, but there you go. Just like that. I was on the brink of having one of the biggest rages ever if I canceled a clear Super Bowl successful video to maybe put Charles on the Chiefs and have it fail due to Madden cheese. But luckily that did not happen. Jamaal Charles went off, 3 touchdowns on the day, probably close to 200 total yards. I assume they're going to flick up the MVP. And as an Eagle fan, now, knowing that the Philadelphia Eagles have won the Super Bowl, you know, full kudos to Andy Reid. I mean, Philly's still alive in the wild card race in the NFC now that we got, you know, old Nick Foles back. But if, you know, I'm not even going to say it, but let's just say if some things happen in the NFC, Kansas City's probably the #1 team I'm pulling for. Not only are they super exciting, and, you know, if you can get over the moral dilemma of cheering for Tyreek Hill, the rest of their players are very, very exciting. Obviously, Tyreek's exciting. Patty Mahomes is exciting. You got Eric Berry, who doesn't like Eric Berry. Maybe they'll give Jamaal Charles a shot after seeing this video. Andy Reid, we have connections. As Jamaal Charles, there you go. 22 carries, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. Super Bowl MVP. Congrats to you. But, yeah, man, you know, the Chiefs defense is good, and you know, I'm pulling for them. I'm pulling for them. Either way, regardless of what happens to Philly, I'm pulling for them in the AFC. And very nice that we could get it to happen here in Madden. So that does it for today's video. As always, guys, if you have any suggestions for career revivals, career modes that you want to see, let me know in the comment section below. If it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Yeah. Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit when you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game like who are you stopping? Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr. Consistent, I'm doing it big. Way too persistent on taking your bitch. Here comes a monster to scare you.